is Yuletide. In the Airbnb, there is a lovely Yule tree in the corner. You can smell cookies baking in the oven. All around, it's a good time. What is everybody doing?
River's the one baking the cookies, because who else is gonna fucking do it?
Ooh, what kind of cookies?
So right now she's already finished the chocolate chip, but right now she's working on like the snickerdoodles while Zach is behind her, just like very lightly sneaking cookies while she's like pulling them out of the oven.
Bastard.
I'm pretty sure Michael's like also doing the same thing from the way it sounds.
No, Michael is going to be making hot cocoa for everybody.
Ooh.
I think Oswald is going to take this time to do what he, quote unquote, never does. And he's going to sleep in.
Okay.
Because he knows there's nothing going on. He's like, you know what? It's the holidays. And him and Shade are just sleeping in.
So as you guys are going about the day enjoying, you notice that there's some snow falling, and it's not gigantic amounts of snow, but just like a nice little dusting going on outside. And as the day progresses, the house gets more decorated, and there's the wonderful smell of the cookies. There's the wonderful smell of the hot cocoa. Remy is currently making and wrapping everyone's presents like the typical Martha Stewart that we all assume she is, but it actually looks like a hot mess. And as we get into the evening, Remy then suggests, hey guys, I have a great idea. How about we watch one of those old classic Yuletide movies, like back in like the ancient days.
You mean like the 19 whatever? I don't even remember when they came out, to be honest.
19 like 30s or 40s.
Yes. They're cute. They're adorable. I watch them all the time, every single time that it's Yuletide with the maids, and it's always a fun time.
We're going to unpack that later. But let's do the one
Remy,
with the Heat Miser and Cold Miser. I like that one.
That one is the best one. However, Remy, we do need to get back to your therapy session.
It's fine. I'm a well-adjusted kid. So we can watch that one. We can watch the one about the little New Year's baby. We can watch the one with that giant elf person. And, we can also watch the one about the little reindeer that has the red nose.
I like the reindeer only because it has the best Christmas song, and it's because we are, in fact, the Misfits.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a correct assumption right there.
So as we're sitting and we're watching all of these lovely Christmas movies, you hear the dun, 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 of the trombone with the Heat Miser and Snow Miser. We watch as Buddy the Elf is screaming and running around through New York City, and we're all just having a good time. And as the evening draws a little bit further into the night, we start watching the ultimate classic, in my mind, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And as we're watching, Remy thinks for a second and thinks back to what River says and be like, you are kind of right about that. About us being the misfits, like with all the little misfit toys. It's adorable. I like that. Should we start calling ourselves the misfits?
Absolutely not. However, that little blonde elf does remind me of you because you wanted to be what the biologist as you were a mutant. That seems a little bit fucked up, but here we are.
As a player, my memory of these movies is like very low, so I don't even remember any specific characters.
Don't worry.
Kyle, we're moved in together. I have some bad news for you, motherfucker.
Great.
Don't worry.
You're gonna be watching those every year for the rest of the year.
Oh my
I'll
God.
be putting up the Christmas tree. You'll be looking annoyed. It'll be great.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking annoyed.
She's going to be singing every single note.
I hope not.
Oh my God, I love it. I'll come and visit, and then I'll really bring the holiday cheer.
Then you get snowed in because it's Massachusetts, and so you're stuck there for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect. I don't have to work. So, as we're watching this movie, we notice that we start to get a little bit sleepier and sleepier. I would like for everyone to roll a will check.
I forgot to pull up my character sheet. Wouldn't
Damn
be
it,
me if I
Remy,
didn't.
this is not the time to have a good will save.
What's a good will save for Remy?
She got a 15 on a
18?
die plus 9.
Oh, I have some bad news. My will save is better than that.
Okay.
I got a 32.
You got a 32?
I got a... Whatever a 6 plus 15 is. I don't feel like doing that.
Whatever a 6 plus 15 is, that's
21.
a 21.
I got a 26.
Okay.
Oh, let's have amazing will at this point because, oh my god.
Yeah, because we've gone through a lot. So, as
Purposefully
we
put
notice,
will points in.
So, as we're going through the movie, and we're at the point now where Rudolph is talking with Hermie, and he wants to run away, and all this other stuff, notice that we get very sleepy. And Remy and Oswald are the first two to fall asleep as the snow continues to drift. And I would now like for Michael and River to make another will check.
That's not
Because
I
it's just
crit.
so peaceful, you know?
I
Damn it!
crit. Mom, I crit. River's just watching Oswald fall asleep going like, dude, you were asleep for the longest. You slept like for 15 hours. What's going on?
That's a 19.
That doesn't
This is a
matter for
19.
Oswald.
So then, as hearing those snores and the heavy breaths of your friends as they're sleeping, Michael, that lulls you into your own kind of sleep, and you fall asleep with a good little smile on your face. And as we look around and we notice that some of our other friends, like Zach and Shade, are also sleeping, River's the only one still up. River, would you like to do anything at this time before you have to make another will check?
River gets up and goes to the kitchen to find a Crayola magic marker and draws a mustache on Michael and Oswald.
Oh, perfect.
Really?
And I would like for you to roll once again another will save, but at this time with disadvantage.
Okay, so that's you saying Allie rolled low. All right, I got a 19 on that
You got
one.
a 19.
You happy?
So
yeah, you're
then
happier now?
as you're in the middle of drawing the last little details of Michael's fake mustache, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, this is so glorious. You hear this silent little whisper inside the back of your mind, sleep. And then you're out.
Wait, so I was asleep. Just question, and did I fall asleep just on Michael while
Yes, on top of Michael while drawing on him.
Perfect. Love that. Awesome.
No drama going to happen now.
Like, definitely not caught in the act.
Okay. So then, as everyone starts to wake up, you notice your hands feel a little bit more clayey. You feel a little less 3D and a little bit more 2D.
Oh, no.
And as you look around, Remy is the first to wake up, and she yells at the top of her lungs, "Oh my God, I'm a spotted elephant!" And as you turn to look at her, she is in fact a spotted elephant from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. She is a misfit toy.
Oh,
Now,
no.
friends,
I'm gonna have to
I
Google.
already know where I'm going. I already know what I'm doing.
misfit
Oh, no.
toy are you going to
I
be?
am the
only
train
one
with square wheels.
You are the train with square wheels.
I'm gonna have to Google all the
I'm also,
toys.
no, it's okay. I'm also Googling.
So I have up here. I have up the wiki, so you could be Dolly, which is the doll that I don't know what she does. I can't remember. A cowboy who rides an ostrich, a scooter for Jimmy, but the scooter does not work. A water pistol that squirts jelly.
I'm the water pistol. I'm the water pistol. I'm the water pistol.
Okay, let me make a little note of that. So River is the water pistol.
I like how there's just a blue bicycle, and it's like, how is that Misfit? I don't.
That's Oswald.
I think they didn't put brakes on it or something.
Michael is the train with square wheels.
I'll do the airplane that can't fly. Why not?
I was going to say, be the kite. Who's afraid of heights?
I thought about that too, but I'm going to do the airplane.
Can't fly. Perfect. Excellent. Fantastic. The only one that you weren't supposed to pick was Charlie in the box.
I thought about it.
In the box.
But then as you look, you notice that Shade isn't a misfit toy. Shade is Shade the Snow Person. She is otherwise known as Sam the Snowman.
So she's the narrator of this entire story.
You just start seeing this little toy pistol laugh chaotically. She is rolling in the snow.
And as of course, River and Remy are the only two that seem to be having the most fun, because Remy is throwing herself and rolling around in the snow and making snow elephants.
River has given up at this point with any of this Dreamweaver shit. Like she's like, I've done the Astoria bullshit. I've done the Dreamweaver bullshit. I've gone into my own head so many times. Fuck it.
I think Michael at this point's like just trying to move, like figure it out, like trying to look at his wheels. What is going on?
Yeah, so Oswald's just like, okay, cool. This is a thing now.
It's happening again.
As you guys Oswald, are looking around, you're noticing, this kind of looks familiar. I want to see who can guess it first based upon our rolls. I want my friends to roll an investigation check.
Oh, great.
Wait. At least I get a plus 12
That's Michael's best stat. Did you know that?
Yeah. Remy doesn't. She rolled a fucking 6 on the die. She's too busy having fun.
Well, that's a 13 plus 12, a 25.
What's 9 plus 18?
27.
A number.
I just got 24, so my calculator said 24.
Okay, so it seems like everyone but Remy notices you are in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas movie. Or Yuletide movie, sorry. You notice this. Would you like to do anything about this?
River, like, the weirdest way possible, because you don't know how she did it, she, kind of clenches up herself only to have the squirt bottle to squirt the jelly start, and she was just like, it works. Guys, it works.
I feel like it's kind of like flexing your abs.
How I'm doing crunches right now.
Yeah.
Oswald is gonna realize that he's the plane, and he's gonna try to fly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not gonna work. He just jumps and belly flops. Yeah. The propeller turns and everything, but it's he just can't do it.
As you guys are also investigating, you guys also notice right now your powers seem kind of locked. You can't access them.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an asshole move.
A little bit of an asshole move. A little bit of an asshole move. It's like you're a normie now.
I don't like it here.
So as you're looking around, you notice that you're in the forest, and everyone is thinking of oh my God, how did we get here? So as you notice, you're at the part where Rudolph is at reindeer school, and he is being yelled at by everybody, and he's being treated like absolute shit just because he's different. Excuse my French. But that's where you guys are right now, and Rudolph is currently running away, and he meets up with Hermie, and as you notice, you see them kind of in the distance. Would you guys like to approach?
River you can see her clinch again just to like shoot more jelly right in their direction. Like that's her response.
Okay.
I think that means we go that way.
No, it's just like the movie's going on in the background, so it's your choice.
Yeah, she's definitely just like shooting at them.
Just shooting at them.
Yeah.
I smack her with a wing.
Ow! Why?
Stop shooting the deer.
I shoot him.
Oswald, you are now covered in jelly.
Well, that's not going to help me fly.
Making your wings definitely still not able to have you fly.
Yeah, no kidding.
River jumps on top of Michael's like train, I guess, and she's just like sitting on it, and she's just like, "You seem to be having some trouble here, bud. It might be because your wheels are blocks and not wheels."
Just a little bit. He's gonna try to move.
I go over and I'm like, maybe you need a push, and I go to his back and I start pushing on him.
I need to like just picturing this. A pistol is sitting on a train with square wheels, and a spotted elephant is slowly pushing.
Oswald's standing off to the side, like, I don't know if I can push because I can't move my arms. So.
It seems like you have T-Rex syndrome right now, except they're like T-posing. And
me and Allie are the only ones with workable arms, but Allie is the only one that has fingers.
Oh, I should have gone with a winged bear. God damn it.
The wrong one has fingers, I'll tell you that right now, because I'm only going to use it to be a little shit.
So as we are all making this giant comeuppance, you then hear Rudolph and Hermie come up to you and they're like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" That's my best Hermie impression, guys.
River shoots him.
Carter, Jelly, why'd you do that? Don't you know that jelly isn't good for your teeth?
I was bored and it looked fun.
Okay, what are you guys? What are you doing here?
We're the bad kids.
The bad kids?
We're not the bad kids. We're the ones. We're the group of misfit toys. We just like walking around. You know.
This is what happens when all the naughty kids become too naughty.
We become useless toys.
Misfit toys? What do you mean by misfit toys? You guys look okay to me. That's Rudolph.
I don't know. The gun just shot Jelly, so.
I don't know. That seems kind of fun.
Fun, but not normal.
Well, what is a pistol supposed to shoot other than jelly?
Oswald thinks to the number of times he's been shot.
Very loudly. River very loudly just goes bullets.
Yeah.
So then you hear Hermie like immediately cover Rudolph's ears and go, "Don't you know that he's a kid? This is a kid."
Don't you know that
Oswald is still having flashbacks to when he was shot multiple times.
So then, upon hearing Hermie yell, "Don't you guys know that this is a kid's movie?" Remy goes, "Wait, we're actually in the movie? This isn't just a hallucination?" And then Hermie goes, yeah? What do you think this was? And then we assume a
Dreamweaver. I just assumed that some form of a Dreamweaver got into our head, and this is just what's going on right now. I'm going to be very honest.
So hold on. Y'all put this show on every year?
Yes.
At the exact same time?
Yes. Says Rudolph again.
And you don't get tired of it?
Yeah, doesn't that get boring?
Both Hermie and Rudolph both say, no.
River goes, after years of bullying, I would just kill the people. Like, I'm just going to be honest. That seems like an absolute, nightmare.
Spirit of Christmas right here.
Only for you to be like, oh, yes, he's useful. One night of the year, so we like him now. That seems like some bull. Dude, you should just trample them.
And of course, Rudolph, who hasn't gotten to this part of the movie yet, just goes, "What are you talking about? Santa said that I wasn't useful."
You should kill that guy too. Nobody
Wait, not Santa, Majestic Yule! Majestic Yule! Majestic Fantastic Yule said I wasn't useful.
Wait, so how does this work in other universes? Because I'm assuming other universes have the same like movie, so we call it Yule. What if like you just know what to call it?
Yeah. Kind of.
I feel like they just had another voice actor come in, and every time they used the other word, it was just replaced with Yule.
And then Hermie just kind of goes like, so, that's Rudolph's voice, and he goes, so, we're kind of going to leave because I'm an elf who doesn't want to make toys, and I want to be a dentist. And Rudolph here, well, clearly you can see what's wrong with Rudolph. But we were going to go. Would you guys want to come with us? Because you guys kind of seem like you need some help.
Oh, we need a lot of help, but more on the mental health. More on the mental health level. He needs circle wheels. I say as I'm still sitting on you, definitely adding more weight to your train.
Yeah, right.
And then they're like, okay, and Rudolph's nose glows really quickly, and he's like, oh, we can go and we can get the sled. We can go get the sled real quick. Hermie, weren't you working on a sled earlier? And Hermie goes, yeah. So then Hermie runs off.
Should we trust the elf that wants to be a dentist to make a sled?
And then Rudolph goes, trust me, he's a very good dentist.
Should we trust the deer we just met that talks?
Yeah.
We have trusted least like more grimy people in less amount of time. I'm gonna be honest, Michael.
That's true.
Yeah, we really have.
And I point with my no fingers as Remy, and I just go, yeah, that's true. We did trust a criminal at one point, but that we don't talk about that. He was gonna be our butler.
It is me. I was the criminal. I wasn't. No, I want him to be our butler, and
his name was like Skull or something like that.
Yeah. No, we definitely kidnapped that guy.
This is like back at the very beginning, because
yes, this was at the very beginning. This was at the Panic of the Disco episodes.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that.
Okay, so but then I want to make this like so loud that like fucking Hermie hears it at least. Where I'm just like, I mean, we did kidnap that guy.
And as Hermie's coming back with a sled, he's just like, Rudolph, are you Rudolph? I just want to keep doing the Rudolph voice. Rudolph, are you sure that we can trust these guys to get us there safely? They seem kind of strange, even for us. And Rudolph goes, you know what, Hermie? Majestic Yule always says that we have to believe in the best in everybody. So why can't you do that now? These are our new friends. And Hermie just goes, okay. And then we all have to roll a strength check to see if we can get fucking Michael up onto this sled.
They kind of give me like old couple constantly like bickering vibes.
Okay, listen,
I'm
but
here for it.
Really know that some people say that the message underneath is that both Rudolph and Hermie are gay icons.
That's fair.
So
I rolled a 23.
You said strength check
as well?
Strength. Yeah. Yes, Michael, because you're trying to push your little itty bitty square wheels.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 27.
Okay. Everyone rolled well enough. We all got above where we needed to be, which was a 24. And we get him all the way up there. And Michael, you're now on this cool sled.
Yay. I can move now.
River also gets on the sled because it's actually walking, and she's really enjoying making Hermie and Rudolph as uncomfortable as they possibly can be.
Which is true, because you do have really teeny tiny legs.
Yes.
You're just like, I just imagine you constantly trying to like catch up, but it's not working, so you're just like,
okay, fuck this. Kyle, you're coming for me in real life now, and I don't appreciate that.
It's not my fault you're short.
So Hermie then looks to Rudolph, and he goes, are you sure you want to do this, Rudolph? You're running away from the only home you ever known. And Rudolph goes, it's my choice, Hermie. This is my decision, and I'm gonna do it because I want to find where I'm truly happy.
Oh yeah, you should totally run away from any home you've ever known. I'm gonna be, especially if it's toxic shit, just run away. It makes life so much easier, I'm gonna be honest. Hey, does anybody have any whiskey?
Rudolph then asks, "What's whiskey?"
It makes you really warm.
Oh, okay. Can I have some whiskey too? And Hermie goes, no.
I like how Hermie's the only one with like the outside knowledge.
Hermie is a Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
So then we hook Rudolph up to help pull the sleigh, and as we're walking along or riding along in terms of River's case, and probably occasionally squirting out some jelly, we're walking through the forest, and as we're making our way towards maybe somewhere where people would feel like home, you hear dogs. And not just one or two dogs, like a lot of dogs. And
Puppies.
you hear
Like, are they barking?
They are barking.
Okay, River's like barking with them. He's going,
and then you hear a hello. And as you roll up, you see this mountain of a man. And he rolls up and he looks at you guys for a second and he goes, "I know you." And as you guys look at him, I want you to roll a perception check to see if you recognize this person.
Can I pet your puppies? That's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20. Okay.
That didn't even roll, it just fell.
It just dropped.
I got 25.
You got 25?
Oh, well, the first drop was better than the actual roll, but that's it's a 5 plus 21. I think I passed that. 26.
So everyone seems like they know what the fuck is going on, except for, of course, Remy. Remy is just like,
Remy's just vibing. Remy was like this last holiday episode. She's like it again. It's fine.
She goes, "Ew, puppies!" And as she runs up and starts petting the dogs, you guys know exactly who this is. This is Yukon Lancasterus, otherwise known as Papa Lancaster.
River shoots him in the face with jelly.
And he goes, "Why did you do that?"
You know why.
"I don't like being covered with jelly, River."
Most people don't.
Would you rather be covered in something else?
"No, I didn't want to be covered in jelly whatsoever. What are you guys doing?" Oh, that's Rudolph's voice. "What are you guys doing in here?"
I don't know if you noticed, but we're inside a movie.
We're inside of a movie?
Yeah,
I thought this was a weird dream.
No.
Mr. Lancaster, with all due respect, whenever we're in some form of a weird dream, you should know exactly shit's about to go down.
So this happens quite often, and a shade comes like very slowly up behind everybody because, again, she's a fucking snow person. She then goes,
River's just like, "Hey, baby." River's just like, "Hey, baby," and she winks.
Yeah, Oswald just looks at that and is like, "Why didn't you just hop on the cart?"
"Because you guys didn't get me on the cart."
You have the ability to, like, I don't know, shuffle over.
I don't have legs. It took a while for my mouth to get made. I was still in the process of making myself as a snow person.
Oh yeah,
She looks over and she then looks over at Oswald and just goes, "Do my stick arms look okay?"
Yes, they look fine.
Okay. It's a nod to the shoulder blades.
I give her a little wink.
So Yukon Lancasterus is there now, and he's like, "So we're in a movie? That's what River said. I'm now covered in jelly. Who are these two?" And he gestures over to Rudolph and Hermie.
You really don't know who Rudolph is?
River shoots him again.
He goes,
Your parenting skills are amazing.
My
sarcastic.
My parenting skills are fine, thank you very much, young whippersnapper.
If I look at Remy, do I see her like visibly like twitch when he says that?
Yes.
I also feel like Remy's probably cry laughing at that point where River's just shooting him.
Every time that Papa Lancaster does get shot with jelly, Remy does smile a little bit to herself. So he then goes, okay, so we're in this movie, and how do you guys think we're going to have to get out of it? Because that's obviously a problem if we're stuck in this.
I'm gonna be honest.
Land forever.
I'm just waiting for a Dreamweaver to show up. That's all.
You're waiting for a Dreamweaver to show up. I don't think it's going to be that easy.
I think it's going to be that easy. I'm just going to.
You think it's going to be that easy?
Yeah, they're going to annoy us at some point.
That's our skill. Do I see like the runtime bar anywhere? Like fourth wall break?
No.
Damn.
It then cuts out for a second and comes back on, and you're just like, what was that? And that was just commercials.
It just turned into like the night for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So then he's like, okay, so if this is a movie, then clearly we need to follow along with the movie's plot, and that's how we get out of it. Right? And then he looks over to Hermie and Rudolph, and Hermie's like, yeah, pretty much. And then Rudolph goes, yeah, it's always worked before.
Wait, so are you guys stuck here too?
The fact that you've been doing this for years, if not like centuries, is very concerning to me.
Yeah.
It happens, and Rudolph goes, it happens more often than you think. Sometimes Majestic Yule's powers go a little bit too haywire and brings in the magic of Christmas.
Can I corrupt Rudolph so he's just more up next year?
And then Hermie just goes, don't. He was stuck on Kingdom Style for like 5 years.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm corrupting Rudolph!
Okay. So then as River just yells, like, I'm assuming with like her face in the air and yelling, I'm corrupting Rudolph!
Yes. Exactly.
You then hear distantly a
I just immediately do the same noise right back. She has gone full feral at this point.
Feral. Perfect. Love it.
Not care.
I'm here for it. And does anyone want to question what that is or what that was?
Oswald's just like unfazed as hell because of all the shit that we've been through so far.
Rudolph is scared. Rolled an 11 on the die, and Rudolph immediately like is shaking and goes, "That's the abominable snow monster." He's very terrified.
I'm gonna be honest, I probably dealt with scarier things than him. I'm just saying, I was trapped in like a horror hospital for like a good 3 months.
Yeah,
Oswald got his hand
chopped off. Yeah.
And Papa Lancasterus goes, do you guys have access to your powers at all? Because, I mean, we could probably fight them.
Do you think we would still be here with these so nice characters if we had our powers?
Okay, listen, y'all collect all sorts of weird doodads and people all the time. I'm sorry for asking a question.
The self-censor. That was good. That was good.
I want to make it clear, River has not censored herself this entire time.
Exactly. But I would love to imagine in post, every time that we do curse, there's a bleep.
Right. But like, we hear it and it sounds like it comes from like the fucking heavens.
No, it's like bells that just ring.
That's what I was gonna say. It's just bells.
Like a sleigh bell. Chicka, chicka, chicka. So then Hermie goes, oh no, Majestic Yule told us about him. We need to go, guys. We need to go. Because I'm going to be real. There have been some times where we do have people who come in here because of Majestic Yule's magical properties that we don't know how to explain or understand. And if you die in the movie, you die in real life. Let's go.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's you can't just drop that on us and then expect us to be okay.
You could have said said that when we first started, I would have stopped shooting jelly everywhere. I'm still gonna do it now because you told me far too late, but...
And then Hermie looks at River and goes, I thought you were supposed to be the brain cell of the group.
Oh, see, here's the thing. When I am no longer playing the game, Goddess, that brain cell goes thrown right away. It's gone, man.
So then we are now going to do an epic chase sequence. So how this is going to roll, I'm going to be rolling for the abominable snowman. He's going to be chasing after you. You are all going to have to make at least what's everyone's added plus to athletics? Because this is going to be
athletics.
Yeah, these are going to be contested athletic checks.
Mine is 12.
Mine is 16.
16.
19.
19. Okay, and Remy's is 9. And then let me pull up Rudolph sheets. So Michael, unfortunately, since you are on the sleigh, the only thing you could really do to help is help actions or bonus actions, because you are not going to be doing any of the running.
Question.
Yes.
Is there stuff that I could throw out?
Yes, that would be considered a help action or a bonus action.
Okie dokie.
So Rudolph's stats, whereas his strength is a 16 total, so +3. I'm going to consider that as, because everyone else has crazy stats, and so guys, when I was making this, I was telling Allie earlier, in order to have stats for Rudolph, in case we ever did get into a fight, I came up with, I got from the Doderman defense. They have an entire archive of different things. Like they have homebrew for this, homebrew for that. And so I thought that was really cool, and I want to give them a nice little shout out. But I did have to adjust it a little bit to meet our crazy character standards. So I'm going to say that Rudolph has a +15 to strength.
I don't know what you're talking about, crazy character standards. If I swing my hammer, I get a +35. I don't understand.
My perception's just a +18. I don't know what you want from me.
So this is going to be, we have at least, I'm going to say, because we don't really have speed in this, we're going to use Rudolph's speed for everything, and his speed is 60 feet. So we have at least 3 rounds of making, if everyone, we're going to pick how we're going to do it each time. It's either you're going to run, dash the 60 feet, or you're going to attempt to hide. So that's what it's going to be to get away from the abominable snowman. Okay? So I would like for everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, I get a +9 to that.
What's 7 + 25?
7 + 25, that is
32.
Yeah, 32.
I rolled a 32 on initiative.
16 + 9.
Okay, so let me make a note real quick.
Mine's a 25. I apparently only roll 25s tonight.
32. Oswald,
it's okay, I've rolled 2 30s. So.
What'd you roll, Oswald? A 35?
A 25.
25. Okay, what'd you roll, Michael?
I rolled a 26.
26, Michael. 26. And I rolled a 23. And then I'm going to say that since Shade is on the sled with Michael, that Shade also has the same initiative roll as Michael, but Michael will go first. And then River, can you roll a initiative roll for Papa Lancaster?
Yes. Let me
you have
rolling that one, please.
Yeah, rolling that one.
Is it at disadvantage because of all the jelly?
No, maybe. Actually, yes, he would have disadvantage because he's currently in a sled dog thing, and his dogs might have some issues.
So it's not a 1, but it is a 9 total.
Okay, so then Papa Lancaster, I'm going to just put PLA9. And then I'm going to say that right now the abominable snowman, I'm just going to put snowman. He is currently 90 feet away and he's gaining. And in order to successfully run away to get to the spot where we've moved to our next setting, you have to make it 120 feet. No, not 120 feet, 180 feet. Okay, so the goal is 180. So River, you are first up.
So what am I? So am I just rolling to get away, or
so you can roll? You have to roll either a successful athletics check in order for you to run away, or you can roll a successful stealth check if you want to hide. Basically, what you decide first is what everyone else is going to do. Or run or hide.
Okay. So what River does is, I'm going to guess there's trees around and everything.
Yes, we are in a forest.
Okay, good. River scurries up a tree and is waiting for an abominable snowman.
Okay.
So she can jump on him.
Okay.
That's in character. That makes sense.
That is character. Okay, so you would like to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your stealth by chance?
It's plus 25.
Plus 25. Okay. So I'm going to say for you to have a successful stealth, I'm going to say you need to roll at least, because if you have plus 25, let me say what on average you would probably roll like a 30 to a 40 for stealth. Yeah. I would say you'd have to roll at least a 37 to be successful.
Okay. I crit.
You crit? Okay, so that is what, 20 plus 25, 45. Okay, so you see River immediately be like, peace, I'm out, and then just scamper up a tree magically, unbeknownst to how she can do this because she has 3 fingers and the tiniest legs you've ever seen in your life. And she's also covered with jelly. And she's scampering up. And she's hiding successfully in a tree. You can't even see her. What did we even have a river? Okay. So, Michael, it is now your turn.
Michael, being the train with square wheels, is going to look around and see what he could throw in the path of the abominable snowman, and hopefully he can find some glass ornaments.
Okay, so there are some glass ornaments. So are you going to tell both Shade and Hermie to start throwing stuff because you don't have arms?
Yes. I'll try to spit them out if I can.
You'll spit them out? Okay. So you throw, and I'm going to say that when the abominable snowman comes through, that he is going to lose, let's say, an additional 30 feet. So he's going to be slowed 30 feet if he's on top of you guys. So he's going to be slow because he's going to have to deal with all that glass. Okay, would you like to do anything else in your turn? I would consider that a bonus action.
You see the abominable snowman like stops and puts on some like rubber sole shoes.
I still got a help action.
That was a help action, so you can either run or hide.
He's
By the way, you definitely hear, at least like Michael does, definitely hears like demonic giggling up in the trees, only knowing what River is doing.
Okay. Is there I can't move.
No, you can't move, but you can tell Rudolph to move you, and he has 60 feet of movement.
Okay, cool. Rudolph, help!
Help! He's like, no problem.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, get us the fuck out of here.
No problem, buddy. And he fucking dashes. He uses his full 60 feet of movement to get the fuck out of here. He is running in the opposite direction. And I imagine you're probably, while he's running, you're doing the boop, 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 boop with all of the glass ornaments, correct?
Yes.
Make it harder. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Shade is also on there. So Shade is just like hanging on for dear life as well as throwing all of the fun stuff. Oswald, what are you going to do?
I can't really do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I chose the plane, and then that was smart.
Yeah, you can hide or run.
I think I'm just gonna run.
You're gonna run?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So are you going to do a full dash or just regular run?
Full dash.
Full dash, okay. So you're gonna full dash away, and then Remy is going to yell at River, River, get the out of the trees! We need to go! And she starts running as well.
River goes, I want to jump on him and shoot him in the eye.
I love this.
Like this is some kind of like war that's being fought right now.
And then you see Papa Lancaster also decide to be like, River, I'm going to give you just a count of 3 or I'm leaving you. 1, 2.
She shoots him.
She's like, fine.
I can sense the brat. I can sense the brat coming from Allie right now.
And he definitely just shoots him when he does that. Like you just see out of nowhere because he doesn't know where she is because she's hiding so well. She's just out of nowhere just jelly.
He then decides, all right, I'm leaving. And then he goes, yeah. And then you just see like basically like swarm of puppies go, and they're all running over each other. And he is also gaining speed on
River super lightly to herself. River super lightly goes to herself, just goes, I wonder if those dogs are Hood and Rodney. That'd be funny.
So then what I'm going to need from everyone, because now Abominable Snowman is 30 feet away.
Can you let me know when he's under me? Because I'm still doing that plan. No one can stop me.
So he is 30 feet and gaining. So in order for everyone to move successfully 60 feet, who is running, so Michael, Oswald, and me and Papa Lancaster are all going to have to roll a athletics check.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good number.
I forgot that I had myself muted because I had a COVID coughing fit.
No, I don't blame you.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah, and then for Papa Lancaster, since he's doing the sled dogs, have him roll at advantage because he's moving. He's moving and grooving. He's got the Christmas spirit dogs.
That was 18 for me. 18
total for athletics.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I
a
didn't
30.
roll very well.
Oswald doesn't move.
I got a 34.
You got a 34?
River's in a tree.
River's in a tree. Okay. Did you roll for Papa Lancaster?
Oh, no, I did not. Of course, I just closed his sheet. Like, I don't need him anymore. He got a 19. Keep in mind, Papa Lancaster's stats have not moved. It's like they are still pretty low.
That's okay. Everyone, we have successfully gained an additional 60 feet. So now we're only 120 feet away. Okay? And River, you're going to need to roll another successful stealth. Yeah, stealth. Forgot the word for a second. I wanted to say strength.
I think I passed.
Got to pass a 37.
Yeah. That was a 44.
That was a 40. Yeah, you good girl.
A 44.
It's only a 44, man.
It's only 44.
So
casual 44.
So as the Abominable Snowman is coming within view for you, River, he's not there yet.
Good.
He's 30 feet away. You notice he's not like, if you've seen this before, if you remember if you've ever seen this movie before, River.
Yes, I have. I love it.
Yes. You notice this is not the same abominable snowman.
Is it Zach?
This dude is huge.
Is it Zach?
It is not Zach.
God damn it.
Dude is huge, and he is terrifying, and he is bigger than Oswald when he grows to full height.
Oh, good.
This dude is big.
River very lightly to herself to like coax him to go closer, just goes pss, 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 pss.
So at best, where you're hiding, I don't know if you went all the way to the tippy tops of the trees, but essentially if you did, the tippy top of the tree would basically be at his belly button. This guy's huge.
Oh good.
This guy is big.
Well, I'm technically like an M&M compared to him, right? Like I'm tiny.
So he would basically smush you, and he is currently running stampede style, does not care what is in his path.
Okay, now, question, Elena. What would I have to do to just casually, lightly jump on him so he would not notice?
So what you could do is you would roll. I would say that this would be another athletics check. That in order for you to jump off of the tree,
okay,
and then get onto him, you would have to roll a successful athletics check.
Okay.
And since you are a gun that has tiny legs and 3 fingers, I'm going to say that it would have to be a disadvantage.
All right.
Basically, if it was Remy in this situation, she would not be able to because she has no fingers. So.
Okay, a minute.
So, yes, as he's running by, you guys have noticed that he is now past where you guys are. But I'm going to roll to see if it bothers him with all of this glass ornaments.
Okay, I did roll that disadvantage, by the way, so as soon as you want to know that roll.
Okay.
I also need you to know, need you to know, if you did not tell me to roll a disadvantage, I would have gotten another crit.
I'm sorry you picked the tiny gun.
That was honestly, I've never felt more supportive of my own actions than picking this tiny gun. I could have picked the dolly and gone super feminine, but then I saw the gun and I went, LOL.
Yeah.
With the gun.
I also would have said it would have been a disadvantage because Dolly only has 2 fucking fingers.
Yeah.
So, I imagine that you jump, and as he's rolling by, I rolled a 9 on the die. So he is slowed down for this turn.
Okay.
That is running by. So what did you roll on your strength? So I'm going to say that he lost.
Is it strength or is it if it's athletics?
Sorry.
Okay, it was 22 on my athletics.
22 on your athletics. I would say as you jump, you're like about to time it right. You're like, oh my God. You jump and you notice that as you're falling, like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this. And then as you fall, his leg comes up and then you're able to grab onto like where his calf is. And you're like holding on for dear life. And I imagine as a gun, you're just like, ah!
Oh, both of you two assume I'm screaming. I'm laughing maniacally right now.
Imagine that you're laughing maniacally. So then the abominable snowman is slowed by an additional 30 feet. So now he is from where you guys originally started. Since you guys gained 60 feet, he is 60 feet away from you guys. And you have 120 feet away until you can get to the safe zone. Okay?
Run!
Run! So is
Run, bitch, run!
Is everyone gonna run?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Oswald, what are you doing?
Again, I was having a coughing fit. Sorry.
Oh, it doesn't.
Kyle and I had
COVID
COVID in the same week. He's still testing positive, but I'm not.
I know.
Yeah. It's been 10 days and I'm still testing positive, and that's really annoying.
At the beginning of the school year, when we had COVID, when Will and I had COVID, he kept testing positive for 14 days, and he was like, when is it going to end? So I understand you right now, but are you going to run?
Yep.
Okay, so then what I need to do is for everyone to roll another athletics check.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
That's a nat 20? Okay.
That's a lucky die right there.
That dice
shit.
almost fell off the desk. That's...
Man, what...
Not
Go ahead.
rolling well.
Okay, this is interesting now.
21.
Woo-hoo! 21? Okay. What did Papa Lancaster roll, my dear?
I keep forgetting to roll for him because I don't care.
But you're good. Let's just hope he rolls well.
16 plus 11.
That is good. So this is how I'm going to word this, because Michael ran first. So Michael, Hermie, Shade, and Rudolph are gaining speed. They are now only 60 feet away. Oswald, your running is so fast that you actually end up also jumping onto the sled with them, and you're like, haha, yes, because this is the goal, right? All of you get somewhat close together. And as Oswald, you turn back, you notice that as Remy is running, that she has, it's almost like the ends of her hands are like, or the ends of like her arms are just like cylinders. So as you notice she's running, she trips over something and she falls, and she has lost, I'm going to say she only ran 30 feet, not the full 60. And as he goes by, I'm going to ask for Papa Lancaster.
Yes.
See if he can roll a successful dex check to pick up Remy. If not, Remy's dead.
Oh boy.
Oh, thank God.
What do you roll?
Got 22.
Oh, that's okay. It was a 20. It was a 20. So you barely did it. So as she like trips and she like lets out a cry, and Papa Lancaster is luckily right behind her with that initiative score, he then bends over and grabs onto her and yanks her up onto there, and he's like, let's get out of here! And you guys go faster and faster, and as you notice that you're now only 60 feet away, you can see what might be your saving grace. It's almost like a beach, but as you can just see that it just kind of stops, that there's no sand, it's just snow. And as you notice out into the water, there's ice caps and icebergs and little floating ice that you can jump onto to get away. And as Hermie sees this, he yells, "The abominable snowman's afraid of water! That's his weakness!"
That's really convenient.
I really wish that we had a gun that shot water instead of jelly now.
I really wish. And then Remy yells, "I really wish I had my powers!"
I really wish we had a plane that can fly. I really wish that we had a train that actually had working wheels.
I need to make it very clear that River is still not there. She's on the abominable snowman. So the fact that you're saying a gun at all is not there.
Yes. So
she'll survive.
I am going to see. So what is happening now is now the abominable snowman is now only 30 feet away, and he is gaining. He is hooking it. You hear him do another.
What do I gotta do to climb up to this guy's shoulders? What do I gotta do to climb up to this guy's shoulders?
I would say you have to roll a successful acrobatics.
Got it. I love that. Okay, honestly, I'm not going. All right. Thank you for saying acrobatics.
Yeah, I would say acrobatics because he's moving a whole lot. Like, it is like the ground is shaking. The trees are physically like jumping up out of the ground like a cartoon. A 41, you have climbed up to the fucker's shoulders, and you don't know how he has not noticed you yet. He seems to be like on a one-track mind of running in this direction.
River, she's like doing the Remy thing where she's like climbing, and while she's climbing, she's like, "Burn."
Just singing the Mission Impossible theme song. Just going full Kronk. So now you're up on top of the shoulders. What are you going to do?
I'm going to use his neck hairs and pull him like Ratatouille.
Okay.
Was this not the direction you wanted? I'm confused.
No, this I wrote this chase sequence down and I was like, whatever they do is whatever they do. Okay. So you pull on his hairs. We're gonna do what would fit? What would fit?
Persuasion.
Acrobatics.
Like I'm thinking of something that like
Strength.
I would say strength for River, but what would be a good like contested role for the abominable snowman?
Perception.
It would be a will. I would say will.
I would say a will too. I'd say a will too.
Because at this point, if he hasn't noticed her, he's not going to.
Yeah, because again, he is very focused. So I'm going to roll. And you
Destroy.
Roll. What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
17.
17. I rolled an 18 on the die.
I rolled a 2 on the die, but I have a plus 15 to strength.
Nice. Solid.
So I imagine that as he feels that kind of like pulling, like, you know, if someone's like touching your hair and you can feel them kind of pull it, even if it's at like the very ends, he notices you. And what he's going to do is he's going to fling his head as hard as he can. I want you to roll a strength check to see if you can hold on. And this is going to be high.
You were rolling for me so well. And now I need to throw you in dice jail.
My, how the tables have turned.
Oh, look at the turntables. What'd you roll, River?
That was 24.
24? I'm sorry, you had to beat a 27.
Yeah.
So he flings you. I will say, since you were almost there, I will give you the leeway where you can kind of control how you land. So you can either land in such a way where Michael, like, on the sled can catch you, or for Papa Lancaster to catch you. Who do you trust the most to catch you? And mind you, Remy is on there, and Shade and Oswald and everyone else is with Michael, and they can give help actions for this. And this is going to have to be a high roll for him to catch you.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to give a help action.
Okay, so who are you aiming for?
I feel bad because I know Britain can't do anything, but I feel like she would nosedive more towards Michael than she would Professor Lancaster.
Understandable. Okay, so what I'm going to allow is I'm going to have a set number. For every success that you guys make in terms of helping out Michael, like the sled as a team with catching River, I will take 5 away from that roll.
Okay. Do I need to roll?
We'll add 5.
Do I need a roll for Shade?
Yes, you are going to have to roll for Shade. And then River, you can also roll for yourself. And I will say that this is a acrobatics roll. Or actually, no, this will be more of a saving throw. So this would be dexterity.
Sweet. Okay, I crit on that.
Great. Okay. So
awesome.
then,
Constantly critting.
who would ever like to help? I will say that 2 people can help on this because she got a crit.
Okay, so what am I rolling though?
You tell me what you would want to do, and I would tell you what you would roll to help.
Okay, so if she's flinging herself, I imagine that the train has more than one cart on it.
I think in like the picture, it's like the main part of the train and then like one little cart, but it looks like there's like windows and stuff in it. And then maybe like a little caboose in the back for like the hand truck part.
So I'm going to hang my caboose off the edge. So hopefully she can grab onto it because that probably has the best places to grab onto.
Okay. All right. I would say that would be to make sure that you don't fall off or that you don't push anybody else off, because again, not a very big sled. But the only reason why people are on this is because they're riding on top of you. I would say that this is an agility check.
Agility. Okay, that's fine.
To make sure you don't fall off.
What is it?
Anyone correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm making a wrong call.
That's not good.
That's not good.
This is not rolling so well, Brittany.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 19 total.
A 19? Okay.
That's a 4 plus 15.
This is a 4 plus 15. Okay. And what was the total roll for you? I know you said you got a crit, but what was the total roll for you?
My total, and that was for acrobatics?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was acrobatics.
46.
46, okay. Oswald or Shade, are you guys going to help?
Yeah. I mean, I can try and, stick out a wing.
Stick out a wing?
I mean, Shade will help if she can, but if Oswald can only help, because you said only 2 people can help, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, what is Shade going to do? I want to see which one is spicier.
Yeah, because Shade can do more than I can. So.
Shade might be able to do more as a snowman with arms.
Yeah.
I feel like Shade would, put snow or something in, some of the cars in case River falls in one of the cars, so it's not, hard.
Oh, to kind of, buffer her
soften
fall.
the blow.
Yeah.
Soften the blow.
Okay. I would say I might go with Shade a little bit more, just because,
that's fine.
Because in case, you can kind of hold your action there, Oswald, and you could grab her with, your tail or something. You know?
That works.
Okay. So for Shade, I'm going to say this kind of sounds like treatment. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
But that kind of sounds like it, doesn't it? To kind of soften the blow so that River doesn't get an injury.
I need to make it very clear that Shade's thing has not been updated and she's still at level 5, so I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know.
Well, it's okay because your crit helped. Your crit definitely helped.
Okay, I just need to let you know at what level she was at compared to all of us.
That's no problem.
16.
16? Okay. So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna see if you make this. I will say your crit kind of canceled out the 2. So this is going to be flat roll. Flat roll. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to pull a Murph. I'm going to tell you the roll that I have to beat.
Okay.
It is an 18 on the die. And I'm going to pull out the special titty dice. Just for this. You know, the one that if I don't roll it first, it usually rolls a crit or high. So here we go. It's a 19.
Don't you love it when you meet your own expectations?
Ooh, I got nervous. I was like, oh shit, because
for Christmas magic, we're rolling amazing today.
For help actions, you guys had to roll above a 20 because I didn't want it to be too hard. And I was like, oh shit, River's gonna die. I got so afraid.
I've come to terms anytime River is supposed to quote unquote die, this bitch is still alive. So.
Okay, so as you're being flung off of the abominable snowman, you're kind of reeling and trying to angle yourself in such a way where you're going to land towards Michael. And you're able to but it starts to feel like, oh no, I'm losing momentum, because as we all know, based on physics, that things lose momentum as you throw things. And as she's starting to lose...
No, I'm a penny off of the Empire State Building. I'm going to kill somebody.
And as you're reaching out, Michael whips out his butt and sticks out that giant caboose with the hand truck, and Shade starts shoveling in snow, and Oswald is sitting there and he's just trying to reach out a little itty bitty wing, trying to get you to grab onto something. And as you do, you grab onto the hand truck part of this toy and end up flopping right into the snow, safe and sound. I will say no injuries taken.
River's just like, what's up? Like,
What's
nothing
up?
happened.
I
Nothing
imagine
happened.
as you stick up, you pull out middle fingers and you're like, ew, and you start shooting out jelly.
That's correct. You understand, River.
So then I will then say with our last roll, this is to see if we can get out of here because the abominable snowman is right on top of you. If Michael and Papa Lancaster roll a successful roll, you guys have escaped and we move on to the next part of the story.
Okay, so we're going to athletics?
Athletics. I will say athletics or dex, whichever one you think would work best.
I got 15.
15.
I got a 21.
21, okay. The number to beat was a 15, so you are
thank God.
lucky.
I mean, you could have said that and I'd have been like, well, then I can't fail.
Hey, here's the thing, though. I rolled a 10, and that dex was a +5, so I could have failed.
No, because, Michael, if you rolled a 1, you would have failed, man. You don't ever put that upon yourself.
Well, lucky me, I rolled a 2.
So as you guys are starting to get closer and closer to the edge of this beach, and you're like, and you hear Hermie yell, "Aim for the ice caps!" You see almost like a ramp, you see the sled go, "Hume!" And for a second, Rudolph goes, "I'm flying! I did it! And then, "Pew!"
Lands all Hermie and Rudolph. I'm just wondering.
The train's gonna try to like snake around everybody and be like, ah!
And then goes down very quickly with a thump and lands on top of a little thing of ice. Papa Lancaster comes careening out with the abominable snowman right behind him, and the abominable snowman lets out another roar. And the trees shake and the ground shakes and another part of the ice breaks off, and Papa Lancaster does the same cool move where he thinks this is gonna work. He flies up and then boom, and lands right on top of it, and you guys have successfully escaped the abominable snowman.
River from the ice cap looking at the abominable snowman freaking out, just going, "Hey, baby."
You hear the abominable snowman roaring in frustration. He then picks up trees and starts trying to throw them at you.
So we have
but
shade.
He misses.
So we have Shade. We have Professor Lancaster. We have you guys. Where the fuck is Zach? River's like looking.
Zach, I know where. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look around and be like, I know where Zach is.
Where's Zach?
Where's Zach?
If I remember this part of the next story, he's probably on the island of Misfit Toys.
And he's probably the Misfit Toys.
And he is probably the lion.
The lion? Ooh.
Okay. Like, I'm gonna flirt with him.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
I was about to say, I was just about to describe us traveling, but you go on ahead.
I had nothing to say. You're good.
You have nothing to say? Okay. So as you guys are floating away and the abominable snowman gets smaller and smaller and smaller, you guys are looking forward ahead to the next part of your adventure. Okay. So as you guys are floating out in the ocean, you see a narwhal with a giant elf on top of it, floating in the opposite direction, probably towards New York City. You see fights going on up in the sky with heat and snow, and you're just like, what the fuck's going on here? And all that fun stuff is going on. And you guys are slowly coming up, and the sun is starting to set in the movie. And as you guys are approaching, you see off in the distance land, actual land. And as you guys start getting closer, you notice that it is an island. And on this island, there is this giant, almost like harbor where like people can come in, and it's like, you think that these guys have done this before. They've seen this shit happen plenty of times. And as you guys look, you notice that it's a town, that it looks like you guys like misfit toys that aren't made how they are supposed to look. There's a doll who doesn't like to do tea parties. There's a scooter. There's a boat that can't float. There's a winged bear. There's 2 tin soldiers who can't stand up straight. There's a pink fire truck, even though pink fire trucks are cool too. There's all sorts of cool things. All sorts of cool things that are different. And as you notice on the welcome sign in this giant, almost like Christmas-like kind of fashion, it says, "Welcome to the island of misfit mutant toys." Ta-da! Let's see what I did there.
That's good.
River's like, wow.
Wow. And as you guys come up, you see this box sitting there. And the icebergs come up. You guys get off okay. For the sake of Michael being able to move around, I will say that there is no snow, that they have a wonderful working system of understanding how to plow snow on this island. And Michael, you can freely move around without the use of the sled now.
Yay.
And as you notice this box sitting there, there is a giant Z on it. And it says, "Wind me up," as like a little card on there.
Oh, never mind. I know who Zach is now.
River, like you see River run over to the box with a Z on it, and when it says "wind me up," instead she's just like, "Hey, baby, do you want to stand underneath the mistletoe?"
And then you hear coming out from there very like gruffly, but just like, "Get me out of here!"
Oh, you sound irritated.
They checked the box for the past hour. How do you think I am?
You can still breathe in there?
Surprisingly, yes.
I don't think a toy needs to breathe. Are you breathing as a train? Because that's kind of weird.
You do notice now that as Michael breathes, you notice that smoke comes out. Like it goes out and then back in. Out and then back in.
No, okay, good.
River, like, very, like, it's like super slowly her winding up the box, but it's just like, it's like almost, it's just to irritate him more. You just hear ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Just not going fast about it at all. She's just
and Remy just goes, "She's the only one with actual working fingers other than Yukon Lancasterus over there." And then he's just like trying to control his dogs, and he is just like, back, like just trying to control them because they're just a swarm running over each other and like a giant
I can do it.
Like,
I'll just bite you.
She's just whispering in the box. She's just like, "I think the dogs are Hood and Rodney, but you didn't hear it from me." And she's still just slowly.
No, the dogs are us, are Cecil, and everybody else.
The dogs are not paying attention to anything at all.
Oh no, they're just here for the ride. And as you slowly wind the box, you notice that Zach slowly starts to come out of the box, and he just has this look on his face like, really? And he comes up slowly like the inflatable balloon man, and just slowly, and then when it finally gets to the final dink, his entire hands and arms and entire body just goes rigid real quick. Like he's like fully blown up, and he's just like, "Thank God, I was sick and tired of being in that box."
River shoots him with jelly.
And then he then takes his hands and wipes off the jelly, and he goes, "What god cursed me with you being able to squirt jelly?"
It's a Zack in the box, not a Jack in the box.
Yeah, it's a Zack. That was the pun. That was the pun. He's a Zack in the box.
It's a good pun.
I have it written down, Zack in the box, as Charlie in the box.
River just is like looking at him with like the biggest shit smile and be like, "Hey, you're the one that likes me, you idiot."
He then rolls his eyes and he goes, "I guess you do look kind of cute for a gun."
She squirts just like randomly and he just goes pew.
So then you guys are now all gathered together. Everyone who needs to be here is here. And Hermie goes, "Well, what do we do now, guys? We're at the island of misfit toys. Is this our home now?" And Rudolph goes, "I don't know. What do you guys think that we need to do?"
We need to find their leader.
their leader? What do you mean by their leader? And Remy goes, oh, and starts raising her hand up in the air. And she goes, I know who it is. Call on me.
Remy, I pick you.
That's King Moonracer. He is the king of the island of misfit toys, and he picks up all of the toys who are used and abused or that nobody wants, and he takes them here, and he then brings them out to other. He's like a second majestic Yule. He's so cool.
She squirts Remy.
She then goes, ha, and then like gets it into her mouth, and she goes, boysenberry.
I have a question now for you. Do you shoot the same jelly out every time, or is it a different
I don't know.
flavor?
I've just been shooting, guys. I don't.
Remy then goes, try it again, and then she has her mouth open, and then she has her trunk up the air.
River shoots.
And she goes, this time it's strawberry.
It's different.
Different every time.
It's a different based off of mood.
Probably. It's like a mood ring.
How much is River being a little bit right now? What flavor is this? Why does this taste like Slurpee Blue Raspberry, Allie? I don't know.
You know what? Dude, if they had a Slurpee Blue Raspberry flavored jelly, I would probably get buy that.
I would buy the shit out of that too. So then you guys then decide, and then Zach goes, well, if we're gonna go see the king, he might not want to see people right now. It's kind of crazy here, guys. It's not like how it is in the movie.
It's always crazy everywhere, let's be honest.
And he's like, okay, you guys asked for it. And in order to have him walk, he walks in front of you guys. And as you notice, he doesn't walk like with legs sticking out. He has to hop in his box.
River's giggling behind him. Like she does not. She's being such. Ever since she's like woken up into this place, she's just like little.
Just being an enjoyable little.
Yeah, just being a little.
As you guys are walking through, Zach is kind of giving you like a grand tour, like he's done this before. And as you can tell, he might have done this before. And I would like for everyone to roll, if you would like, to either roll a perception or an investigation check.
Perception or investigation?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
Perception.
Yeah, I'll
me.
do perception.
Fuck!
I got 29 on my perception.
That dice went away.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Michael got a 1.
I'm not rolling good today at all.
What did everybody roll?
I got a 32.
You got it. Why'd you say fuck?
Because I bounced the dice and it flew away.
Okay,
Oh.
You made it sound like you rolled bad.
No.
I got a 24. I can't get above a 25.
I got a 29.
You got to. Okay, so everyone rolled good enough. So as you notice as you're walking through, the only toys that seem to have been there were at the initial part of the harbor beach area. As you go further into the town and as you're walking through and you're going through the winding street, that it's just the one street and it goes all the way up to the castle, you notice that this place isn't hunky-dory. That it looks like it's, I don't know, like it's losing its luster, kind of.
I kind of look at everybody.
Remy whispers and goes, this place doesn't look like the movie, guys.
What do you mean?
She goes, there's supposed to be a lot of toys and singing and stuff going on around here. This place doesn't look like it has any Christmas spirit or Yuletide spirit.
Do you want us to brighten it up then and start singing a Christmas carol? Is that what we're going to do? We're going to turn this thing into a musical?
And Zach turns and just shakes his head, like, cautionally, like, no, don't.
I think this is the Krampus part of the Yuletide movie.
Oh, did we somehow end up in a horror movie?
Yeah.
Fright Night round 3.
So then, as you guys make your way up, you're walking through, and even Rudolph is like, Hermie, I don't think that this is going to be our home. You know, if it was going to be my home, I would want it to be, like, a little bit more cheery, you know? And Hermione's
hey, Rudolph.
it's okay, Rudolph. It's so good. And then he covers Rudolph's ears and he goes, I swear to God, if you're going to say anything that hurts Rudolph's feelings, I'm going to punch you in the stomach.
River is one giggling like I am, but two, River also just goes, I was going to say you'd probably die here, but
Hermione gives River this look of don't let him ruin his innocence, and Hermie does the I'm watching you kind of thing.
River then looks over at Remy and very quietly goes, he's literally in love with a female reindeer at his camp that he's going to bone. What do you mean?
So then as you guys make it up, you notice that at the very top in this castle, typically the castle would be decorated to the nines, that it would be colorful and beautiful, and that there would be many more toys up here, running around. You notice that it is dark, that the wind is blowing, and it is like an abandoned castle. There is.
I will give.
It is the lights are on and nobody's home, but even the lights are off.
I will give anybody 30 credits if anybody says that there is not a Dreamweaver in that. I will give. If there is no Dreamweaver, I will give you 30 credits. That's all I'm saying.
Then, as you guys go in, he's like, "Are you guys sure?" Zach goes, "Are you sure you want to go in here? I promise you, it's not going to be fun."
I kind of think we don't have a choice,
When is it ever fun?
Zach opens up the doors slowly as they're giant doors, and as you walk in, there's almost nothing. The tapestries that are there are all ratted and tattered away. There's all the braziers, whatever the fuck they're called.
Braziers are bras. Braziers are bras.
Well, the things that sit on the floor and fire comes out of them.
Fireplace?
Braziers?
That's a different thing.
Braziers. That's how it's pronounced. Braziers. That they're the wood that's in them is rotted away, or they're just embers and ash. And as you guys get closer to the throne room, you hear a
yeah, I almost went full clown. God damn it.
You hear whispers, I know I'm not insane. I know I'm not insane. I know I'm not insane.
And we're back at place. Yay.
River, you see, if you look over at River, she's doing a little gun dance I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, we're going to start having hallucinations. Let's go.
Rudolph then looks over to Herman. He's like, I don't like this, guys. And Rudolph looks terrified. I just rolled a C.
River's just you're about to be deer meat.
Oh, God.
And as you come up,
not deer meat, it's venison.
As you come up, you see sitting on the throne, or in the area that would be the throne, would be King Moonracer. And King Moonracer definitely looks like he's been through some. His hair and if anyone does not know what King Moonracer looks like, he is a giant lion with a crown and wings. So he is a winged lion. And his hair looks matted. His mane is missing parts of hair. But I want to see if anyone notices who this person might be. So roll an investigation check or a perception check if you want to notice who this person actually is.
Oh, that's a better roll. 12 plus 21, so a 33.
Okay.
I got 24.
I got a 12.
Okay, I'm going to roll for Remy real quick.
I got a roll.
Okay, Remy rolled a 15 on the die.
That's probably one of my favorite holiday movies.
I got a rock. So as you guys are walking closer, and Zach goes, I told you guys it was going to be hard to see this. And as you walk up, you notice that he's wearing almost clothes that are very posh, that a master tailor would create, but they're ragged, run down, that any bit of personality out of this person is gone. And as you get closer, there is one tiny fire that is slowly losing life. You notice that it's Winston as King Moonracer in this, and he looks ragged. He looks like he has been trying hard to keep it together, and he just keeps repeating to himself over and over and over again, I'm not insane, I'm not insane, I'm not insane, I'm not insane.
Winston, I know you're freaking out, but I'm a plane that can't fly, so you're not insane.
Really has a rougher.
He then snaps his head up, almost like you're like in terms of Exorcist creepy, of snapping his head up. He then leaps over and he goes, do I know you? And then gets really close. And as you kind of like can tell, like Winston is there, but he is gone. It is not the same Winston that we all know and love. And he just goes, you smell similar, but I don't think I've brought you guys here before.
No, that would be because we're from the non-movie world.
Movie? What's a movie? And he goes,
I just look at River and I'm like, you can deal with crazy.
River goes,
I can. Go for it.
You see River just like polish off her knuckles a little bit, like both of them, just like sort of wipe them on her non-existent gun shirt, and she walks up and goes, hi, Winston.
Remy goes, where did all the toys go? Like, she's like not vibing with this. She is upset. Her Christmas dreams are slowly dying. She's upset.
River looks at Remy and goes, we're right here.
I know, but the other toys, what happened to them? And then Winston just
out there.
Winston just goes, gone, 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 gone. Everyone's gone. And then he laughs again. And like starts rolling around on the floor.
How can everyone be gone if we're right here?
River just like walks up and just is like watching Winston just like roll around on the floor. And she's just like, how do I? Okay.
Surprised you haven't started trying shooting jelly.
I don't like this. This is stressing me out, and this is not the time for shooty gun stuff. How do I don't have my healing magic. I don't know how to help him.
And Winston, as you get close, he then stops for a second, and it is like the lights turn back on, and he just goes, River? And like sees you for a second.
Winston?
It's like a person who has dementia or Alzheimer's, like they're back in it. And he just looks at you and he just goes, you need to leave. They're coming. And then
we would love to leave, but we don't know how to fuck out of here, my guy.
He then goes, you need to go back the way you came. You need to head back. You need to find Majestic Mule. And he goes, you need to leave.
We didn't have any place to come into. We just showed up.
He goes, no, you can go through this way. And he like points to like a secret harbor that they have that could take you back to the mainland to go find Majestic Mule.
Okay, who do I have to kill to get your brain back?
And then as you say that, you hear in the distance,
Yeti.
You hear it again and he goes, you need to run. They're here. And then the last of the embers, poof, and it's dark. And then you don't know if Winston's there or not anymore. And then Rudolph just goes, what do I do? I'm afraid of the dark.
You know, this is a weird Nightmare Before Christmas situation, guys.
Yeah, Rudolph, don't you have like a nose that can light up or something?
Rudolph, with your nose so bright.
I do. And then he just goes, and it like blinks on, and Winston is in fact not there. Winston has disappeared.
River just very, monotonely just goes, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, you're turning this place into a photo dark room.
And then Papa Lancaster goes, guys, I think we need to leave. And Zach goes, I would say so. Whatever magic here is gone. Or that's not Zach's voice.
Now you know what happens with me and Data.
Zach then says in the correct voice, yeah, guys, I would say whatever magic is here is gone. And then he's like, we need to leave. He goes, we can go out where Winston showed us, and it should take us back to the mainland. As long as we find Majestic Mule, we might be safe from whatever that thing is.
Maybe we, I don't know, stop and try to figure out what that thing is?
I think it's a Yeti.
Thanks, but
and Hermie goes, it's the abominable snowman.
A Yeti and the abominable snowman is the same thing.
I don't know what a Yeti. Hermie goes, I don't know what a Yeti is, but I know an abominable snow monster.
It's the same thing.
So that thing is giant, and we need to leave. And then he's like, if you guys are coming with us, I'm at least taking Rudolph. And then he takes Rudolph, and he's like, you can either come with us and we can help find Majestic Mule and figure this shit out, or you guys can stay here.
Okay, but Hermie just said shit, so now I have to follow him to see if I can make him curse again.
Yep. I was gonna say we need to have the jingles. Sorry, Allie, we're gonna make your job more complicated.
The word you do hear jingle jingle. But you guys instinctively know he said the word.
Yeah, we know what he said, but what we heard was just a little buzzer.
Yeah, a little jingle jingle.
Yeah.
So what are you guys gonna do?
I start headed toward the way out.
To the door!
I have to say this is a shot, but group rules, I guess. Majority rules.
Here's the thing. I tried to make the Yeti my steed and it didn't work. Oh.
Yeah, but did you try to talk to him?
He's far enough. He is far enough away where I will say that you guys can get out of here without having to deal with him. Because it was kind of a hike to get up there. You want to play a game? Remy's just waddling, running away, and she's like, run! And starts running after him.
While River is running, you just hear go, do you want to build a snowman? That's it, because she doesn't want to get copyrighted.
Okay, so as you guys get onto the boat and you guys are skirting away, you then hear another angry of the abominable snowman. And as you guys come back, for some reason, there's an aging sequence, and Rudolph is older now. It's never explained how long it's been, but somehow through this journey, Rudolph has grown into an adult. So now his balls have dropped.
Oh, see, now he's really going to bone that one reindeer. See, I was right.
Yes. So as you guys get back, Rudolph, as you guys dock in, he's like, okay, we need to find Majestic Yule. They are the only person who can probably figure out what the going on around here. And he turns to her and he goes, that's right, I say now. I'm a big boy.
Oswald just blinks.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah, Oswald just blinks. He's like, okay.
And as you guys do look around and you notice that the forest is not as bright and cheery as it was before. You don't hear the la 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 in the background of the lovely magical holiday cheer that was there. You notice that it's just slowly been almost as if it's disappearing. So as you guys are making your way back, you end up seeing an elf who is running in the opposite direction. And he then goes, Hermie! Rudolph! We thought you guys were dead!
How long was that time skip?
I don't know, man. It's never clear.
They never specified.
We saw the boat coming in, and we thought it was Majestic Yule coming back.
You mean he left?
Yeah, they went to go figure out what was going on and why all the Yuletime magic was disappearing.
That was
and then, right as you guys left or ran away or whatever you guys did, the abominable snow monster ran amok.
Hey guys, do you think I could just become Majestic Yule and just request cheeseburgers?
And then,
what if any of us become Majestic Mule?
And he goes, Rudolph, there's something that we need to tell you, though. He has Clarice and your parents, and they're locked up in the cave. And then Rudolph goes,
the reindeer, he's gonna bone.
Rudolph goes, I need to save them. And he immediately looks over to you guys and he's like, can I count on you guys to help me save my family?
I mean, I got square wheels, but sure, you're gonna have to push me there.
I can't fly, but I got nowhere else to be.
I will shoot Jelly in his eye.
So then the little elf that ran up and he goes, I know I promised Majestic Yule that I would protect us with my life, but I don't think they would mind. He goes, all you would need is a little pinch. And he takes out a little pinch. And you notice that it is like this, as he opens it up, it is this glowing, beautiful feeling. And you can't describe it other than just pure happiness. And he goes, this is a little bit of Yuletide magic that we have saved up in case of emergencies.
You should bottle this and sell it to people with depression. I'm just saying.
I mean, we never thought about it that way before, but what is depression? I don't know what that is. And he then
real sad for real long.
He then takes out like a little pinch and then he like rubs it into his hands and then he like blows it out like whew. And then you guys get filled up with this warm, beautiful feeling and you turn back into yourselves, but you're still claymation. And for some reason you're all dressed like elves. But it's cool though. At least you're not a train with square wheels anymore.
Why are my tits bigger in here than in real life?
And then the elf then goes, oh, wait a second. And then all of our tits disappear.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that. And then Rudolph goes, all right, guys, if you want to help me, you can, but this isn't your fight.
The fact that you're not surprised. The fact that you're not surprised that we just are elves now and not toys really concerns me.
Listen, I see some weird, crazy all the time. We had to run away from all sorts of stupid stuff all the time, and I magically turned back into a kid at the beginning of this movie.
Guys, do you remember at the beginning of this when I said I'm going to corrupt Rudolph? I think I did
it. So then, if you guys want to, you can. If not, you can go off and try to find Majestic Yule.
We'll go find Majestic Yule.
Why don't we split the party?
That always goes well, because this is totally not turning into a horror movie.
What crit?
What am I rolling?
Huh?
Am I rolling anything or
not? Rolling anything. Why are you guys rolling?
I thought we were rolling to find Majestic Yule, and I crit for it, so I should immediately find him.
Okay, so if you immediately want to try to find Majestic Yule, for some reason your belly button is giving off a radar ping. It's for some reason in the same direction as where Rudolph's parents would be.
Nice.
Well, I'm Care Bear now, guys.
I promised myself I wouldn't.
That's what you
I wouldn't railroad, but I know that we're getting on to 2 hours here, and I did not want you guys to go off in a completely different direction where Majestic Yule was. But yes.
Wait, so we're not supposed to go to Majestic Yule?
Majestic Yule is hidden exactly where Rudolph's parents are. That's where they are. That is where your radar is telling you to go.
Okay, so can I go that way?
Yes, that is where we are headed. That is where we are heading. So
I mean, we could follow Rudolph's nose, but instead we're following my belly button. So
yeah, we're following your belly button, and then Rudolph goes, just a little hint of advice: don't try to cover that up with any kind of like weird coal. You end up getting
Why would I ever cover this up? I already glow all over anyways. This is just another thing.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of true.
No, that's the wrong voice.
Wrong voice! We don't need a horny person in here!
Wait, you're almost living the Cecil?
Yeah.
I love Cecil so much.
So, as you guys are headed up the mountain towards the cave of the abominable snow monster, you guys hear like the of him, and you can probably maybe assume he's in there.
Hip, hip,
Guys, I think he's in there based off that roar.
And he goes, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to consider this a fight to the death. Are you willing to do this with me? And Rudolph looks like he's like, dur, 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 dur.
I may have corrupted him too much.
I don't think I'm ready for death. So, if I get close enough, I'm running away. But
yeah, we're leaving if we're gonna die. That's our hard
I don't
path.
think we're gonna die.
So then Rudolph then just yells, "Charge!" And he runs in there.
Hey, can we get some fried pickles after this? I really want some fried pickles.
I'm going to
The post that I
say,
put in Discord.
pickles are gross.
I'm going to say that we are using the same initiative rolls, but I have them written down, so do not worry. I'm going to say also that I have River, Rudolph, Michael, Shade, Oz, Remy, Papa Lancaster, and we're not going to have Hermie fight because I don't have stats for Hermie, and Hermie is just a little boy right now.
He can be the cheerleader.
Okay, so River, you're up first as Rudolph goes charging in.
River slowly strolls in.
River slowly strolls in.
Just almost meandering and it's super just chill out.
Ah, yes, perfect. Beautiful. Okay, Michael, what are you going to do?
Michael's gonna go in and try to be sneaky. He wants to get around this zombie.
Okay, and what's Shade going to do? Whoever wants to take control of Shade, because I don't have her character sheet.
Shade is shimmering her way. Just
Shimmering her way.
Yeah, she's shimmying her way.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Okay. Yeah. Oswald, what are you going to do?
I think I'm going to be going in with a brave face, but I'm going to be hiding behind Shade.
Okay. And Remy and Papa Lancaster are also going to go in. So as you guys go in, some of you running, some of you walking, some of you shimmying, some of you sneaking, you go in and you notice that the cave is not as big as the Abominable Snowman supposedly is. As you walk in, you notice that the Abominable Snowman isn't as big as he used to be. It's got smaller? No, that can't be. That wouldn't work that way, would it? But he is definitely smaller, whereas before he was I want to say maybe 100 feet tall. He is now only 45 feet tall. He is not as big as you originally thought.
Maybe his rage makes him bigger.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
Do you think commenting on his size will piss him off?
Maybe if we had vicious mockery.
Good boy.
You call him a good boy. So then as you see, and as you get deeper into this cave and you see the Abominable Snowman, you notice that in cages there is Rudolph's parents, Clarice, and a very weak-looking, majestic Yule. They are very skinny. It's almost like you can see the bones in their face. Majestic Yule has not eaten or had any magic in some time.
Majestic Yule.
And with you saying that out loud, the Abominable Snowman then turns around and he is very scary. Ooh!
I'm terrified.
Terrified.
Yeah, quaking in my elf boots.
Quaking in your boots. And then he
on the floor.
Runs after you guys, and it is now the epic fight sequence. Dun 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 dun. All right. So River, you are up first. I'm gonna put him at the bottom. Because I don't want him to cut in front of anybody. So I'm going to
Do we have our powers back? Does it feel like we have anything back or no?
Yes. I will say that you have your powers back.
Okay, so River immediately just extends her arm to wrap around this guy's neck and just to add more fuel to the fire, uses seizure.
Ooh, okay.
Combo powers.
Yeah, right.
Combo.
If I have them, I'm going to use them.
Okay. All right. So what would I need to roll for that?
For seizure, I need you to roll a will save.
A will save. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and it has to pass. Let me roll what it needs to pass.
Let me guess, like a 47.
I'm rolling what it needs to pass real fast. Give me one moment. And I guess I've been using my calculator the whole time because fuck actually count. It needs to pass the 28.
28. Okay. All right. Damn. If it meets, it beats, right?
Yeah, if it meets, it beats.
Okay, because he got an 18 on the die and is plus 10.
Ah.
I know. So,
okay, well, I'm still wrapped around him.
Yeah, I imagine that he starts to slowly succumb to the seizure, but is able to push out of it, and you're wrapped around him like an anaconda, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then next up is Rudolph. And what Rudolph is going to do, as I scroll down, Rudolph is going to do a full attack. So he's going to do a gore attack and do 2 kicks. So he has...
So interesting thinking of Rudolph as like goring someone.
I know. Well, with his antlers.
Yeah,
so
I know.
He got a 18 total, so he missed with the gore. Because AC is 20. I'm doing Oh, that's a nat 1. And that is a crit. So he crit on the kick. So then I'm going to roll a toughness check to see if the Abominable Snowman loses a kneecap. Abominable Snowman goes, ugh, and gets brought down onto one knee because that was a 3 for a kick, or a 3 on the die for toughness. With the Abominable Snowman being as small as he is right now, not very tough. Up next, we have Michael. Are you still sneaking in, slowly but surely?
I mean, I'm the one that said stupid stuff, so I think I'm no longer stealthy.
But it is echoey. It is a cave.
Ooh, goody. Okay, cool. So, we're going to go ahead and use we'll go around him a little bit and use my eternal attack.
Mm-hmm. So kind of like pushing him away from the situation?
Oh no, we're going to hit that kneecap and make sure it ruptures completely.
Okay. Ooh, I like this. Okay.
Destroy him.
This is a kid's movie.
So go on ahead. Roll your attack and I'll roll toughness.
I'm still trying to understand it because it doesn't say anything about it.
Doesn't say anything about it?
No.
So then... If it doesn't say anything about it, what do we do?
Oh, it doesn't say like anything about that. It says you manipulate an internal attack perception rate. Oh, okay, there it is. So I roll a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okie dokie. Great. Well, lucky for me, I upped my perception a while back.
Ooh.
That will be a 26, right? Yeah, 26.
Okay. So you notice his knee looks hurt.
I want to try to make it bend the opposite way.
Bend the opposite way? Okay, he's fallen down onto that knee. Like, imagine like someone kicked out the back of your knee, he would fall onto it. So It'd be hard. I would say this would be hard for you to have him, as he has his knee currently bent, to then bend it the other direction.
Okay, fine. We're going to bend it to the side.
Bend it to the side? Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack, dude.
Oh, that was the 26.
That was the 26?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just your perception.
No, the attack is
yes.
the perception roll.
I rolled his toughness already. You do more damage to that knee. Ooh. He is like, oh.
Okay, now I feel bad.
And then
now Michael's like, okay, he's just an animal now.
Because I'm doing like snowman rules where it's also you get like in D&D where you get like those legendary actions or whatever. I'm going to say he gets a legendary action at this time. Is everyone okay with that?
It's fine.
I'm thinking about this in terms of D&D, but I've never done this before in Mutants and Masterminds. I'm sorry.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm going to throw up still. So he then gets up and he starts rushing towards the front of the cave, almost as if he is trying to lead the fight away from inside the cave. Like he is trying to goad you guys to follow after him.
I mean...
And he uses a full dash action to get out of the cave. But I will say that if you guys would like to, I would say Michael could have I would say everyone would have a chance of opportunity, but he is kind of quick to attack.
Can I mind switch with him?
Mind switch with him? I mean, you could, but there's not a whole lot going on in there.
No, what I mean,
so
if I mind switch with him, he would be in River's tiny little elf body and not know how to use any of her powers, and I would be in his big abominable snowman body, so I could just leave somewhere and then just reconnect.
Is it like a Wi-Fi signal?
Yes.
I would say, actually, you know what? River, go on ahead, roll me an insight check.
Okie dokie.
And if you roll high enough, I'll send you a secret message.
Secret message?
Secret message from Mom. I didn't roll high enough.
Oh, damn. What'd you roll?
A 2.
A 2? A 2 on the die?
Yeah, 2 on the die plus 16.
Okay. I would say, since you did seizure and you kind of had that moment of where you would be able to kind of access his mind a little bit easier, I would say you'd have advantage on the roll.
Mom.
Excuse me? It's Mommy?
Sorry?
Oh, snap. She back talking?
What'd you roll?
A good enough roll.
A good enough roll? What's that?
Yes, 32.
A 32? Yeah, that's good enough. Hold on. Stand by.
Okay, so I'm able to mind swap with him?
You're doing an insight check right now, so we'll see if you want to do that based upon what I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I just want to live.
While I'm waiting for her to message me, guys, I really just want to go and get an advent calendar, so there's a chance I might leave after we're done with this and go get that.
You want mind switch now? Oh, am I getting a secret message back?
I don't know what you meant by that.
Oh. I did it quick.
Oh!
I did it quick as an abbreviation.
Oh, got it. Yes, sorry. I'm bad with abbreviations.
No, you're good. I just didn't want to, keep it long.
River sits on the floor. She does nothing.
Sits on the floor, so you kind of let go and slough off.
Yeah. Just let him go.
So then next up is Oswald. Or actually, next up is Shade. What is Shade gonna do?
Shade is, I think for the most part, she is because she's hiding Oswald. Yeah. Effectively. All she's really doing is looking at Oswald like, get out there. I am a snow person. You can do more than me right now.
Oh, she would have been turned back too. She would have been turned back too, but she could still look like a snowman if we want.
No,
it's a snow person.
I was gonna say she throws Oswald, but no, he's turned back. Shade goes invisible and goes to the Rudolph's parents and I forgot Clarice just to give them an extra layer of protection if needed.
To protect them in case snowman comes back. Snow monster comes back. Okay, Oswald, what are you gonna do? Right now you see the abominable snowman trucking it towards the front of the cave.
Can I get like in front of him?
You could.
So I'll do that, and then I'll grow to my 75 feet to block his path.
Oh, so you're gonna grow to 75 feet in like a max 50-foot cave?
Well, I'm gonna be like right outside the cave.
Oh, right outside the cave. Okay.
Yeah. I assumed that he was like closer to the entrance to the cave.
Yeah, he's currently running towards the cave, but yeah, so Oswald is there. So then Remy is then going to try to do an attack on him. She, noticing that we are on a giant cliff, like at the top of this mountain or whatever, where the thing is she is going to use air burst to try to push him over the edge. So if I roll a natural 1, that would technically mean that something goes wrong, correct?
Yeah, it's an automatic fail.
Automatic fail. So I would imagine that, so it would be like something goes wrong. That's what it would be, right?
It would be it could be something goes wrong. It could be just like an automatic like fail. Okay. It can be if it's a death save or anything that's life-threatening, you immediately die. It's just like one's aren't good.
So then what I'm going to say is that she tries to use air burst and it goes horrifically wrong, where she blasts it out too hard. And so Abominable Snowman goes flying out of the cave. And Papa Lancaster is there, and he yells for Oswald to move as the Abominable Snowman comes running out, and he kind of, in a sense, comes up with his sled, because you've never seen Yukon Cornelius really leave the vicinity of his sled, but I think it would be funny if Yukon Cornelius is just permanent attached to this sled. I think that would be more funny. You see that Yukon Lancaster comes at breakneck speed and kind of like pushes Oswald out of the way as Remy was like rushing up and does this blast attack that goes horrifically wrong. So Oswald, are you going to allow Papa Lancaster to move him out of the way for you, or are you going to take the hit?
Well, I mean, I'm 75 feet, so I think I might be able to, can I like try to stop him? Like, block his path and stop him?
You can, but this is also being impacted with a giant gust of wind, and as you feel it coming, you feel that this wind is strong, that it might also take you with it over the side of the cliff.
Yeah, in that case, I'm just going to like casually sidestep to the left.
Casually sidestep. So then as you do this, as Papa Lancaster is attempting to save your life, you notice in the last second as he's like, oh, like slow motion, and Remy is now noticing the horror of what she has done, that this Abominable Snowman makes contact with Papa Lancaster, and they both go over the side of the cliff.
Can I try to grab Lancaster?
You could try.
It's like a reaction.
You could try.
What do I roll for that?
I would say that's a dex check. And Allie, I know what I'm doing. This was meant to happen as a form of the movie.
That's a 9 plus 7, so I'm gonna say it doesn't. I don't do it.
A 9 plus 7, yeah, it's not gonna do it. But yeah, you can cut me out saying, I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm not killing him off. Trust me, we're going where it needs to go. So then as he goes over the cliff, Remy is now standing there in horror, and she's like, oh my god, I just killed my dad. And she like runs over to the side of the cliff and is like screaming for him, and you can't see anything. There's nothing there. And then, as I would imagine, you guys open up the cages where Majestic Yule and Rudolph's parents were and all that other stuff, right? So then, as you do, Majestic Yule like hobbles out, and he's just like, thank you, or they're just like, thank you so much, I feel so weak. Like an old man. But not an old man because I'm a person.
Well, I mean, an old man is a person, to be fair.
Yes, but I am ambiguous. I have no gender. As the form of Christmas, or as the form of Yuletide magic.
I just don't have a response for that.
They're all just staring at you blankly.
So then, as like Remy is like standing there in absolute horror of like, I just killed my dad because we were told if you die in the movie, you die in real life. And she's like, oh my god, I just killed my dad. And Majestic Yule is like, it will be all right. It's harder to kill people than what you think inside of these movies. And they're like, just come with me. Let's head back to my shop. And Rudolph is having like a lovely moment inside. And as you guys like make your way back, Rudolph is like, I'll be back. I need to catch up with my family and tell them about all this stuff, about all the great adventures we went on.
Show them you know how to curse now, Rudolph.
as Rudolph walks away, he just says, yeah.
Yeah, and Hermie is just like, Rudolph, no!
The kid watching this movie is like, what the
What am I watching? This is not what it looks like every year.
Yeah.
So as you guys make it back to Majestic Yule's place, he is very, very tired, and if like it is like they just cannot keep up, and it's very slow. But as they get there, they then state, it was kind of weird back there, wouldn't you say? It's very weird, very weird.
I was a plane that couldn't fly. This whole thing is weird.
Yes, that makes sense. But it doesn't make sense as to why all of the Yuletide magic is disappearing. That happens every time someone comes in here. They turn into a toy, they go over to the island, they come back over here, and, I give them the wish of turning back into what they were or who they were, and then they leave. But you guys have not, and that's what makes this weird.
Yeah, we're the weird ones. I'm going to then put this out here again and blame these wonderful things called Dreamweavers.
I don't know what a Dreamweaver is, but...
I mean, I wish I didn't.
You wish you didn't?
Pretty much a dream.
Don't take that thought away from me. Don't do
it! Kind of sounds like these guys are pricks.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know what they are, but I wish I didn't know what they were either. But it doesn't also explain why all the Yuletide magic has suddenly disappeared. This has never happened before.
Sucked it out. They sucked it out like a bread and some butter. It's like you were the butter and they are the bread.
Why would you suck up bread and butter?
The bread sucks up. Have you seen a bread suck up melted butter?
Yeah, but like the way you worded that was just kind of weird.
And Remy is just like,
I have to call. Wait a minute, I have to call Isaac and ask him about this sex butter thing.
Remy brings up in between of her like in shock of possibly killing her dad, and her just being like, yeah, we may be talking to Isaac about sex butter. Like, is that what you're talking about, River?
Yes, we need to talk to Isaac about the sex. Has he been texting you guys like wild about this? Because that's all I've been getting from him is sex butter texts.
I've been getting pictures. It's kind of weird.
I get pictures.
Because on the cool
pictures,
one,
I just get potential brand names. It's I don't know.
Because I'm the cool one, and so as Majestic Yule is sitting here and like pondering as you guys talk about sex butter in a kids movie.
Forgetting
Majestic Yule then goes, if you are thinking that they are somehow sucking out the magic, they would have to be able to access every part of the movie or where they are, but who would be able to do that? And as he says this, you notice that Hermie and only Rudolph are on their way back. There is no sign of Clarice. There is no sign of his parents. And Majestic Yule then goes, and then a blast from Rudolph's nose goes and hits Majestic Yule, and they fall down onto the ground. And then you see that as Rudolph and Hermie both come up with like this dark, shadowy magic, they then turn into beautiful people wearing red cloaks.
Oh, come on.
God! Called it. Can we go home? I want to go home.
And of course, Rudolph, otherwise known as Rochelle, then just goes, we couldn't have done it without you. And then just like, does like almost like from a distance, like a boop onto like River's nose. And she's like, you could have had it, but you didn't. But if we weren't able to, trick you into taking us to wherever we wanted to go, you would have noticed, and as she like points around, that the only parts that you could actually see of this world are like everything else is like white. It is gone. And as Rochelle and Tomas are walking up, you notice that it just is white nothingness behind them. It is like they are literally sucking up every part of this movie.
Do we want to know your names and who you are, or can we just go now? Did you have fun?
Rochelle then goes, you can call me Rochelle, and you can call this one, and she purposely made Tomas like still teeny, like still like as tiny as Hermie and not as cool looking as her, because she is the one who has been taking everything up through her red nose. And she goes, you can call me Rochelle, and this one Tomas. And then Tomas goes, I don't appreciate still being small. I'm not this small in real life.
I'm pretty sure you are. I think you're just compensating.
Yeah, I feel like you're a short king.
Yeah.
And Majestic Yule goes, I knew something was wrong when my protector, the abominable snowman, couldn't catch you. And they are weakly trying to get up, but it is like no use, that they are like, oh. And then they let out a giant like, you know what? River, you were right. I don't like these Dreamweavers much. They're kind of assholes. And then they then blast out this ray of the warm light that you guys felt to help you turn back into who you were. And Hermie, otherwise known as Tomas, poof, disappears. And then a little bit more of the setting comes back into place. And then Rochelle looks angrily at them and goes, if only I had the chance to kill this little
Is it me and my little
Nah, Majestic Yule, man. Majestic Yule is the only thing that's holding this place together. So, guys, I want you guys to roll for a new initiative. Dun, dun, dun! It's the big boss.
You're really going to make me edit 3 hours of this Christmas special, aren't you?
Oh, it's going to be... it's going to be quick.
It's going to be quick.
I have contingency plans.
Okay.
Oh, what is this?
Wow, I really am not rolling well. That's a 3 + 9. Yeah.
I got a 44.
Okay.
I got a 31.
31. Okay. And that's it. No one else needs to roll initiative. So then, as you guys are watching as she walks up, the lovely, 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 lovely Majestic Yule then shouts out, if you'd give me some of your Yuletide spirit, I might have enough energy to banish her. What you need to do is tell me what you truly want for Yule, miss. Think deep.
I kind of want to go home.
And then you see like a tiny little, that wasn't good enough, you idiot!
Okay, but do I have to say it out loud?
I mean, I would really like for the fucking war to be over and, like, maybe to, like, cure my depression. That'd be dope.
And you see another little of sparks, and they go, actually think about it, you nincompoops!
You asked me something, I gave you a answer, old man!
Think deep within yourselves! And that's River's turn. Michael, what do you truly want for Yule, miss? Think deeply now.
I want to go ice skating.
Why do you want to go ice skating?
Because it sounds fun and magical.
Okay, but is there any other deeper meaning? Is there any other deeper meaning to it other than just magical and fun times?
We're not going the direction that you want us to go.
Well, I think
No, it is, but I'm just wondering if there's like something deeper to it of why, because that's why I asked you guys those questions of like the deep ones.
Something that I wanted to do for all my entire life.
Is it also because you've never had a family?
I don't know if that's doing figure skating.
you gotta be a nerd there.
Majestic Yule's on the naughty list this year.
I wish my mom wasn't so batshit crazy.
Ah, yes. Okay. The ice thing. That was the only thing. I just needed more information. That is going to allow Majestic Yule to then be able to stand up. As if you are thinking in terms of video game, you notice that power level bar has now gone up a 4th. And then...
And me wanting to end the war didn't do that? I'm just confused.
That is not something what you truly want. That is...
Why wouldn't I want the war to end?
Well, guess what? This isn't how it works. It is what you, as a person, deeply desire. Just because wanting a war to end, anyone can ask for that.
What about a sandwich? Because I kind of want a sandwich.
You can pull that out of your ether.
And as you say sandwiches, you notice the power bar then goes down just a little bit.
No, okay.
He goes, I need actual things.
Well, that sandwich is an actual thing, but okay, I get it.
Rochelle is now 30 feet away and closing speed.
River looks over at Zach and then laughs.
It's not your turn.
I don't care. I just think I have something really funny to say. It will not help him at all, and I know it won't.
Oswald, what do you truly want for Christmas? Or
I
miss?
guess Peter to stop being an asshole and like controlling
Oh, you mean the
family?
war to stop? Oh, you mean the war to stop? That's wild.
Yeah, but then there's like the added bonus of him not controlling my family. So.
So you truly want to get to know your family and understand them as people?
Sure, if that'll help you power up.
I can work with that, and then as you notice, like, it powers up to about halfway. And Majestic Yule is now fully standing, and they look a little bit buffer. River, do you want to try to amend what you were saying before?
I look over to River and I'm like, just say about your dad.
But no, every time she's like about to say something, she starts cracking up and then stops.
Majestic Yule then just is like, never mind, and then looks over to Shane. Is there anything you truly want for Yule, miss?
Oswald's dick.
See, that was what River was going to say. River was going to be like, I haven't been in a while, but then she didn't. She was cracking up too hard to say it.
As Michael speaks for Shade, he then goes, I could probably work with that. And the power bar goes up a little bit more. If it's truly a dicking she wants, a dicking she will get.
No, they're both asexual.
Power bar goes back down.
Shade,
it's not the only thing.
River, not wow. Shade like looks at him and goes, I would like to see my brothers again. I haven't seen them in a while, but everyone else here kind of hates them. So, it's understandable.
So then you hear power move, and then Majestic Yule gets super buff, and then the power bar goes up even more, and then Majestic Yule then just goes, River, you want to try to top that?
River's still like rubbing tears from her eyes, and she says, I'm sorry. I can't take anything seriously whenever it needs to be serious.
That's why I always give you coal in your one sock with a hole in it.
I guess I guess to like meet my dad and actually have a conversation with him, because I've never really done that. I don't know.
Good, I really can work with that. And then he gets
to get would be amazing. I haven't done that in a while.
And then he's like, I could try to work with that. And then just they get even bigger. And then Zach, he's like, I guess you want to that one, huh? And then Remy just goes,
I just imagine the parents watching this with their kids are like actively calling the TV studio, like, what are you doing?
Like, I don't appreciate this new version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Zach just goes, I'm just, honestly, I know this is not going to help you at all, but, like, I already have my family, so, like, I don't really need anything.
You just realized that your family was here all along! And then
I knew they were, you mother...
The power bar... No, I helped you figure it out! The power bar goes up even more.
Zach, like, takes a clump of snow and is ready to just throw it at Santa. That's where he's at.
To piss off Majestic Yule!
I will piss on you, mother...
You can't! And they snap their fingers, and Zach turns back into Zach in the box. I took your penis!
Oh, God.
Oh my God, I hate myself. This is what happens when you're also unhinged and you're in charge of DMing.
Yeah, right.
Welcome
so
to
then
Allie.
the last little bit of the power bar level, as Rochelle is now closing in, he goes, Remy, I know from what I've heard is that you really can't think of genuine things to say. This is important. You need to dig deep. And he starts like showing like digging, like, I need you to dig.
I love that. I love how Elena's calling out her own character. Right now.
I call out myself if I need to. So then Remy just goes, hold on, where did I have it? I had it written down and it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Where'd it go? I forget where it is, but I know. Oh, there it is. Remy just like is like crying, and she's just like, I just want my family back. I just want to have an actual Christmas. There's only one time in my life that I had one, and he's like, shut up! I can work with that. And then as Majestic Yule gets so swole, gets so swanky dank.
Swole Santa.
Swole Santa, if you will. Oh, from that one movie. What the fuck was that movie where like Santa was like fucking jacked? There was a movie. It was like a Netflix one.
Oh, I was going to say Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's probably not it.
It was a cartoon. Maybe that was it. The one with Jack Frost in it.
Yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
I'm not Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Guardians.
The Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians. That's one of my favorite movies, though.
Majestic Yule then gives a giant clap and then banishes Rochelle, and Rochelle goes, "Whoa,
I'll remind Elena to voice Rochelle when she comes into the actual game. Okay, thanks, guys.
Well, yeah, that's no problem. I could easily do that. No problem, baby. And then everything, as all of that Yuletide magic clap, everything you see Rochelle turn into nothing but like stardust, and everything slowly comes in to focus, and everything returns to as it once was, as a beautiful Yule Miss movie. And as this is happening, you then see Majestic Yule goes, "Thank you," and then blows the last of the dust, and you guys fall asleep. And as you wake up, you then notice 4 presents sitting in your laps. Who would like to open up?
Not before Michael realizes that Rivers is asleep on his lap.
Yes. But somehow you magically all end up are sitting in chairs and none of you are in compromising positions.
Oh.
It is almost like someone arranged you in such a way where no drama would happen.
God.
So who would like to open up their present first? And I will tell you what's inside the present.
Nobody jump out at all at once.
Yeah, right. I guess I will.
Okay, Oswald, as you open up your beautifully wrapped present, you can clearly tell Remy had nothing to do with this. It is in this beautiful silvery paper, and as you open it, you notice that it is a family tree with a silver frame, and at the very, very bottom of the tree, you can see your name, and you can see your lineage that goes back all the way before the Great War. And that is what you got for Yule Miss. Who would like to open up their present next?
I look at Remy and I'm like, this is better than anything you could do.
She goes, at least I try.
Damn.
River will open hers.
River, as you open up yours, you notice that yours is a box. And inside that box is another box. And inside that box there is another box. And inside the other box there's another box.
A little shit method. Got it.
And then at the very bottom box, as you're like constantly opening up more and more boxes that are the exact same size, and you have no idea of how this works other than just Yule Miss magic, you notice that there's 2 presents in here. There's one, a teddy bear, not made from the exact same material, but made from very similar material as your blanket, that has like a little joy written on the little bear's foot.
Aww.
And attached to the back of the bear with written on the back, "Even though you were a little shit, you still deserve some joy." And on the back of this picture, and as you flip it over, it is a picture of you, your dad, your mom, and Hood.
Aww.
Yeah. Who wants to open up their present next?
I guess Michael will.
Michael, as you open up yours is somehow you don't understand how this was wrapped, because it is wrapped perfectly in such of a way that you still couldn't tell what it was until you unwrapped it. They are boots. And on there you can see like a tiny little button, and if you press them on the bottom of the boots, they turn into ice skates. And also on there you see another little button, and you can detach the ice skate part and turn them into usable weapons.
You can canonly have those. You can canonly have those. I will allow that because I think that's fucking awesome. I do not care.
Good. Thank you.
And then as Remy is opening hers up, she notices that it's just her phone in there, and she's like, "Well, that's weird." And then as she says that, the phone begins to ring, and it is Papa Lancaster. And she goes and she has a beautiful conversation with her dad, wishing her a Merry Yule Miss. Merry Yule Miss, everybody! Peace out! That's the end of the episode!
Merry Yule Miss!
Merry Yule Miss!
Merry Yule Miss, bitches! And then as you guys are making your way towards... Hold on.
The cops are here, too.
Oh, my God. Please help me. Oh, my God. The cops are here to save us, guys.